an embarrassment. What an absolute embarrassment. Last night was further proof as to why people don't watch pretend basketball. Last night was further proof as to why people do not respect the WNBA.
Angel Reese had a number of terrible evenings. She fell apart. She missed layups and turnovers like she was throwing away presents, and she had 0 baskets. The most absurd aspect was that Camila Cardoso, her co-worker, was prepared to ask for a swap in the middle. When your teammate's body language says more than the coach does, you know it's serious. "Girl, you on your own," Camila responded, physically backing away. Let's face it, there isn't a single poor performance. Based on her act, it seems like Angel thought the WNBA was a live TikTok video. Nothing except small talk. She airballs layups throughout the game and makes runway walks before it. Clowning is what the fans are doing. Her co-workers are moving. The Chicago sky is also rapidly collapsing. Stay put. Let's dissect everything. How, in only 2 games, the Chicago sky transformed from optimistic to despairing. The data speaks louder than any social media post. So let's start there. Angel Reese's field goal percentage was 0 for 8. 12 rebounds, 8 of which were offensive, 2 points and 0 shots. And don't be fooled by that rebounding statistic. She was basically making up for missed layups in a few of them. Fans didn't notice hustlers. They saw bewilderment. Camila Cardoso did the same. The odd part comes next. Cardoso always drew away when Reese touched the ball. Really distanced herself from her colleague. Nor is it a coincidence. That is the real-time breakdown of chemistry. Ever see a teammate behave as if the ball were radioactive? Because we witnessed just that. Despite being a 6 feet 7 inches center who should have been in command of the post, Cardoso hardly had any touches. Ree would drive and either miss or lose the ball completely each time she gained position. No identification, no entrance cards, just anarchy. In contrast to the scoreboard, body language conveyed a more profound narrative. After Ree missed, Cardoso physically left the squad and remained on the sideline for the Liberty defeat. There was no nuance about it. Cardoso drooped his shoulders. She leaned away at one point, as if she were about to switch sides. At this point, things start to become crazy. This was how Cardoso was sold.
Angel Reese last night against the New York Liberty, one of the worst games she's played as a professional, takes that out on the referees. Camila Cardoso visibly upset, and all of this fall.
She was persuaded to come play by Tyler Marsh. She thought the picture was real. Who can blame her for seeming to doubt what she was told at this point? Camila didn't join the league to be a supporting cast member of the Angel Reese show. She did it with the goal of winning a championship. She wasn't there when layups were missed. She didn't sign up for last-minute additions. Is there no way to repair the damage to the Chicago sky?
Camila Cardoso, a player for the Chicago Sky, and she's just answered a question that will have the entire Chicago Sky team or fan base turning on her.
Do you want to discuss record lows? 60 points separated the Sky's first 2 games. This is the worst start a WNBA club has ever had. Not only is it awful, but it is also humiliating. And who in the league has the poorest plus-minus? Reese Angel. With a few exceptions, 9 out of the league's 14 worst players are in the Sky.
The Sky are already imploding from within. Fans are turning on the team. Camila Cardoso.
Angel is not the only one with that issue. The whole team has disintegrated, but everything revolves around her. Angel Reese's admirers are also wondering whether it would be wise for Chicago to move him before things become worse. The media has taken notice of Angel Reese. The self-proclaimed villain, the runway beauty, and the queen of clapbacks all gave themselves authority. However, she is now all brand and no bucket, let's face it. She is shooting 5 out of 22 from the field after 2 games. That's just 22.7%. It is historically terrible for someone who lives in the paint area. She has made 17 tries from inside 5 feet, and 4 of them have been successful. That amounts to 23%. It indicates that she has a 3 out of 4 layup percentage. It is unacceptable in the workplace. She isn't exactly making disputed threes, either. She's missing all of these setbacks, open layups and basket shots. On the internet, it has become a meme. It is being questioned whether she is really practicing these shoots. Turnovers. Having scored 10 points in only 2 games, she leads the WNBA. She doesn't distribute. She refuses to finish it. She's not a mother. The ball is being distributed by her like it's a lottery prize. Additionally, during all of this,
Jogadora mai promissora da liga tirando você, which means the most promising player in the league, apart from you. And that is obviously what she was asked. This is what she said to that. This is what she answered to that question.
what is the job of Camila Cardoso? She withdraws emotionally and physically once again. Every time Reese mishandles a pass or misses another shot, you can see her lose interest. Tell me if you're Camila, please. What's on your mind at the moment? Cardoso probably believed she had been duped, sold on an idea that soon became a nightmare. Let's draw a parallel between this catastrophe and the events in Indiana. The Fever have retaliated against Atlanta under the direction of Caitlin Clark. After one defeat, they recovered. They collaborated, supported one another, and performed as a team. Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull are providing vitality off the bench. The paint is being dominated by Aaliyah Boston. Clark took the initiative, spread the word, and made crucial decisions. Chemistry seems to be like that. As Reese throws up bricks in Chicago, the seat seems to be watching a disturbing movie. Winning games isn't all the Fever are doing. They are the ones creating culture. Excuses abound in the skies.
Angel Reese failing to control her emotions. We saw it against the Indiana Fever. Yes, she got hard fouled.
Reese's terrible performance isn't the only source of sorrow here. The organization is being brought down by her. Her body language changes, the ball remains in place, teammates lose interest, and the pace slows down when she's on the floor. She's applauding, smiling, and posing as if she's dropping 30 instead of laying down like the star of a reality show. Cardoso, on the other hand, sprints from end to end, plays defense, and is really upset when the team loses. Trying to win is the first. Attempting to get viral is the first. When it matters, who do you trust in the locker room?
This Angel Reese crash out over a loose ball foul call. What are we doing here? We are 2 games in, and we already have 2 separate games of Angel Reese failing to control.
The bounce-back match was scheduled to take place in Game 3 versus the Sparks. The Chicago skyline was the main emphasis. They had the opportunity to silence the skeptics and demonstrate that the last 2 blowouts were only growing pains, in addition to obtaining a much-needed victory. The greatest thing was that the Sparks lost 2 important starters. This was a gift-wrapped victory on paper. Santa turning up early to shoot hoops was like that. Nevertheless, they committed a serious mistake. Angel Reese is the subject of the same depressing tale. Wide-open layups that ought to have been routine were missed. The supporters cover their faces in shock after LA's irresponsible fouls that awarded them free points and their airballed hook attempt.
Is 2 sides of the same coin. The Angel Reese fan base versus the Caitlin Crazies. Like, they are 2 sides of the same coin, but they're not going to be happy with this answer. So let's never forget.
Once again, her plus-minus was among the lowest on the floor. That's bad play for 3 games in a row. The sky had lowered by halftime. They were dead, bewildered, and shell-shocked. Lack of urgency and energy. It seems that someone has stopped their season. By the 4th quarter, they were only acting interested and had stopped fighting. This is the most excruciating thing. Bad execution wasn't the only factor. It was heartless. At some point during the 2nd quarter, Reese seemed to have lost his mind. Just empty stares and lost opportunities. No passion, no leadership, no reaction to hardship. When you see a player, do you ever assume she doesn't want to play? That's how Angel came over. The rest of the team did the same. No one took the initiative. There was no plan for the gathering. The slow-motion catastrophe lasted for around 40 minutes. However, it wasn't against a Spark squad with full strength. This contrasted with a smaller group that operated on fumes and without firearms. Still, they seemed to be more coordinated, quicker, and wiser than the sky. That provides you with all the information you need. Every night, Reese posts mysterious remarks as if she's dropping 30. Remarks about tunnel selfies, trolls, and clothing reminiscent of Fashion Week. How does she seem on the court, though? Let's tell the truth. The defense of the Bunba is no longer deceived. As if they already knew she wouldn't charge them, they're sagging off of her. They challenge her to be fired. They lure her into dangerous driving by using bait. Additionally, there is no hustle or comeback when they defeat her on defense. She just jogs slowly back and appears blank. Despite being a bench player, she is behaving like a star. Furthermore, it causes issues for your whole squad when your play doesn't match your personality. She is currently more of an influencer than an impact player. Even if the basketball is shabby and beginning to wear thin, the brand is flawless. Even her own supporters, who supported her after the LSU incident and applauded her tantrums and TikToks before to games, are beginning to change their minds. Videos of failed defensive rotations, airballs, and blown layups are often posted on TikTok and Twitter. Now people are saying it aloud. The excitement could have been exaggerated. Stop scrolling and get to work when your highlight reel is filled with lowlights, because the brand won't be sufficient to keep her on the floor at this pace. Let's maintain 100 Angel right now. Ree is playing like a bust. It's not hatred either. What it is not prejudice. It is the harsh reality of what we are seeing on the court. One poor night isn't the point here. There is a trend here. Layups clattering into the boards. 3 consecutive defeats, a shooting percentage so low you'd think she was still learning the game, and a growing list of mistakes. Camila Cardoso is also aware. Her face speaks for itself. She makes it clear with her body language. She scoots aside on the bench, making noise without speaking, and stays away from running pick and rolls with Reese. It is seen by fans. Reporters see it. It is visible to everybody, except, apparently, Angel. And now, let us pose the inevitable question. What plans does the Chicago Sky have for the future? Do they want to hope that Ree works things out and attempt to save their relationship? Do they ride with Cardoso and bench her? Or should they take the chance of moving Reese before the locker room utterly collapses? In the comment section, share your thoughts. Do you still think Angel Ree has anything more to offer, or should the Sky move on? I would want to speak with you. It was expected that this season will see a significant change in the Sky. Instead, Angel Ree plays the lead in a catastrophe film. The fact must be faced. What remains once the chaos has passed is a dysfunctional system, a frustrated squad, and a player who may not be prepared for the publicity she so desperately desired. To ensure you don't miss any updates, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell if you want more candid basketball analysis, breakdowns, and commentary. Till the next occasion, thank you for viewing.